Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hard 100, a video series documenting the culling of my collection from what it is to what it's going to be, and that is a hard 100 games. I have a few games that require you to solve a puzzle. There are the escape room games, there are the exit games, there's also the games that are detective games, and you're trying to solve a mystery or a murder. I have Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective and the Jack the Ripper one. I have the Holmes and Watson, the multiplayer kind of version of that, even though that other version is multiplayer. I have a couple of them that are just, okay. Witness is another one where you're trying to kind of solve something together. My problem with these is I never know how clever they are actually being. Are they actually trying to be smart, or is this just a paint by numbers murder mystery thing? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're wanting to know how we paint by the numbers, please allow me to introduce you to the Chronicles of Crime. Chronicles of Crime by Lucky Duck and David Sickerell. Boom! Is a murder mystery game, I guess, kind of thing, where you or a handful of players are going through old-time London, which is modern-time London, and trying to solve various crimes, I guess. I don't sound like I'm being very positive right off the gate, but I will say that I enjoyed my time with Chronicles of Crime. Did not mean to rhyme. I did. What this game has you doing is on your turn, you are going to start an adventure. You're going to start your adventure by loading up an app. The app is going to walk you through everything, and the game is not functional without the app. The app can be downloaded, and then you just pick your scenario and you go through the things, and it takes you through everything. The gimmick here is that all of the cards will have a QR code on it, and that is how you interact with everything. Let's say you want to talk to Mr. Detective, Mr. Doctor Guy. You go and scan his face. Hey, what do you want to talk to Mr. Doctor Guy about? I want to talk to him about this person. I want to talk to him about this evidence. I want to talk to him about this. Okay, now what? All right, I want to leave him. Cool, click the button. Oh, now what do you want to do? I want to go back to Scotland Yard. Cool, scan Scotland Yard. What do you want to do there? I want to talk to this person about this. Oh, that's all. So where you got to go to solve everything. You have to scan the shit out of everything in this game. But that's not really what it's about. What it's about is you trying to figure out what's going on. Like, so for example, this person died. So you put this person on the board, and then the main person will say, oh, go to this person and kind of see what's up. And then when you go to that place, you get to do the coolest part of the game. Let me show you. You get to look around the environment. Now, the way you look around the environment is you use the app, and you put them on your face. You can actually scan the app and kind of, doop-a-doop-a-doo, and look around the room, or you can get the official virtual reality module sold separately where you slide your phone into that thing. Or you can do what I did, run to Walmart and grab one of these things. And you just pop the phone in right there, and then you close it up and you're like, oh, look, it's like I'm actually there. I'm being a dick, but it's actually kind of cool to look around and everything. If you are prone to motion sickness, this is not going to be a fun experience for you. I was in here for a good 45 seconds, because that's all it gives you, and I had a headache for pretty much the rest of the day. So I stopped using them and went back to my old glasses and just scrolling around. So after you have figured out and you've scanned everything, it's gonna ask you to solve a crime, and then you go back and solve the crime. So it's very, very simple. It's basically just scanning on a thing, and then talking to someone about the thing by scanning on them, and then scanning the thing. And there's also a series of people at the bottom that can help you out, and you just kind of go from there. When you are looking around the room, there are a ton of just cards on the table. And in a multiplayer game, everyone has a certain number of them, and you're just calling out everything you see through the lens. So you're like, oh, I see a bloody knife. Oh, I see a dead cat. Oh, I see a plant over there. And everyone is looking like, oh, you said animal? I'm gonna grab the animal, we can scan that. And then when you're done, you start scanning these pieces to see if any of it is relevant, any of it is necessary. What is to keep you from scanning every single item to see? Because every time you scan an item, it takes time away from your time, and then after certain times have timed, you actually get alerts, so someone else might die because you didn't get there in time, and that could affect your final score at the end. The final score, when you're ready to solve that case, you click the thing, it'll ask who done it, why they done it, and you start scanning the things as to why. It can be a little tricky as to figure out whenever they say, why did they do it? What am I wanting to click on? I'm like, oh, I guess I'll scan this up there. Ooh, it's a lot of scanning. Let's do some housekeeping. Ages 12 and up. There are some pictures of some blood and some dead stuff, and there wasn't blood and dead stuff and other things that are 12 and up, so that's just a weird age. 60 to 90 minutes, yeah, it does take a long time. Some of these are very long. And then 1 to 4 players. You can play it solo, which is how I played it, or you can play it with people, which I have no desire to. Here is my issue with Chronicles of Crime. This type of game lives and dies by the story it's trying to tell. I've played Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, and right out the gate, they hit you with a really good case. It's very clever, it's very well thought out. On this one, the one they start you out with is like the tutorial. Admittedly, the best part of the game. The tutorial, which teaches you how to play, which involves a lady and some dead cats and stuff, is very fun, very engaging, and very just, oh, it's still new at that point too. So you're like, oh, this is super cool. And the first thing they recommend for you is this 3-part overarching thing. And admittedly, you can go in any order that you would like, but it was the next one, so it's the one I started with, like a secret organization and some people dead and etc, etc. And by the time that was done, 3 hours later, I was just like, I don't fucking care, just tell me who did it. I didn't care. The cards in this game, whenever you want to talk to someone, they all have different faces. And depending on what scenario you're playing will depend on the face that they are. So in one scenario, this person might be a rich billionaire. On the next time, it might be the person who actually works at the police station working for you. So it could be anything, which is fine. But for those 3 scenarios that overarcs, they're the same person, so you can kind of get a feel for it as you go through. I also played the Every Rose Has Its Thorn, the one about the serial killer. The only one of these I didn't play was a Curse of the Pharaoh thing that I didn't care about, jewels heistings. It was understanding that you can go in any order that you want. I don't feel like the first case right after the tutorial should have been this massive 3-part campaign because it wears you out. I played them over the course of maybe a week or 2, and by the time it was done, I was like, I don't care. I'm so goddamn tired of scanning every single thing. Oh, I'm going back to West End again, cool. And then you get to the point where you're stuck. And there's not a hint system in this. Sometimes the chief inspector will send you a little, hey, try this, hey, have you tried that? But really? You're just scanning until something happens. I don't feel like a detective. I don't feel like I figured it out. I feel like I scanned on everything until the point where it told me what the answer was. So we have Chronicles of Crime, which is I guess a sandbox. This is a vehicle to drive future crimes and scenarios. There are a bunch of scenarios that you can buy separately, none of which I did because I've already given this game enough of my money and enough of my time. There are a lot of people out there who love this game. And if you are the people who love this game, then good for you. It's probably really wonderful for you. I'm really glad that you enjoy it. I know that there are just tons of people who love this game. Some of these people that I actually think are really, really good at what they do. And some people who I think just do what they do. And I am not one of those people. Every great thing deserves someone on the other end going, what about this? Unfortunately, I'm that guy in this situation. Whenever you are playing the game, you're just scanning everything with that QR reader. And at first, the novel idea of it is super fun. But much like virtual reality in real life, there's a reason why after you play VR for 15 minutes, it sends you a warning being like, hey, you might want to rest because this is super taxing on your brain. This game, the only thing taxing about this is the monotony. There's no variety. It's just, at the end of the day, the cases are boring. The way that you solve the cases are boring. And the gimmick wears thin after the tutorial. I will say, if you are interested in this game, find someone who has it, play the tutorial, and consider yourself done. Because that tutorial, it was really, really good. I was super excited. I was telling my wife about it. I was like, oh, look, I solved an old lady death crime with cats. After that, it's just scan, scan, scan. I don't know what the fuck to do. Scan. Ugh. Chronicles of Crime. Out of my hard 100. I will not be sad to see this go. I enjoyed some of my time with you. I recognize that there are going to be some people out there that love this. It is not right for my shelves because I have games that do this, but do it infinitely better and way more clever. If you're looking to solve a crime or a murder, some of the exit games and the unlock games do just that. It activates that part of your brain where you're wanting to figure something out, and it's way more satisfying because those things are basically binary. You either win or you lose. With this one, there's varying degrees of winning, but none of it feels good. At least in the consulting detective games, when you lose and Sherlock gets all Poindextery and tells you how he figured it out, you're like, oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, I didn't figure that out. Oh, but I guess this right. There's some kind of satisfaction. With Chronicles of Crime, I'm not satisfied. So Chronicles of Crime is not good for my shelf. It might be good for yours if you're looking for, I don't know, a way to spend 40 bucks and kill 30 minutes while you solve the tutorial. And that is, it's not a good use of your time. Go buy an exit game, an unlock game. Go buy Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, because it's a delight. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on this latest edition of the Hard 100. I hope you and yours are well. Peace out.